Hello, I'm Matt from Ludo-Chrono, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Perfect Words. Perfect Words is a cooperative game for 2 to 6 players ages 10 and up, and it plays for around 20 minutes. In this game, players try to make up an hour crosswords puzzle and they try to solve it afterwards. They are going to do so by using those cards. As soon as you link two cards together, you form an association that you have to place an arrow onto, and then you need to place 10 arrows and then solve that puzzle. So that's it for the principle of the game. It's going to be played in several phases. On the first phase, you're going to place those cards and place those tiles, and you make up your grid. So for example, it is my turn. I will choose any card from the 10 here and place Paris here. So I place Paris. This is the end of my turn, and then we can move on to the next player. And the next player is going to have an idea. They are going to place Baguette close to Paris. So now that we have two words close together, we're going to take the top tile and place it so that the arrow points at these two words. They make up an association that we'll have to find later in the game. This association can be anything: a title of a song, of a movie, or a thing, an idea, or even a group of words, but we have to find the same one as the other players, so it can't be too complicated. Plus, we can't communicate exactly on what it is. We can communicate on what we want. For example, I would like to have this card, or I would like to keep this spot for my next turn, and so on and so forth. But we can't communicate on the exact nature of the associations. Then we move on to the next player's turn, and the next player is going to have a great idea. They will place transport next to Paris, and then it created an association, so we will have to take the top tile and place it like so. Some tiles, like this one, have two arrows, so we will have to place them both. And it is going to point at two words. In this case, for example, we can place number 2 like this, and we will be able to place cards for number 3 like so. Then we move on to the next player's turn. It is my turn, and I think I will place Carnivore here, because that seems like a great idea. The next player is going to say, okay, you know what, Carnivore, Lion, great idea, I think it's going to be fine. And then the next player thinks that that is too fuzzy, that is really too fuzzy, so they will complete the concept with orange. And orange is going to create an extra layer of meaning that can gel all of the concept together. Then we continue, and I think I have something with film and carnivore. And then that creates a new concept, unlike this one, which is a single concept. And then I will place that arrow. And we will do so until we have placed all of the tiles and that we have at least 2 cards per arrow. So now that we have made up our grid, we are going to write the answers. Every player has a sheet, and we will write secretly what we think we have on the different entries. For example, for entry number 1, we have Paris and Baguette, so we will write something. I think it will be croissant, so I'm going to write it on my sheet. And everyone is going to do the same secretly. We don't communicate at this point, and we do so until we have written all 10 answers. Then we are going to place those tokens, a pass and a double. The pass indicates that we are not sure of that answer and we won't score it. The double is simply a score doubler. So in this case, for example, people are not really sure of number 4 because film and carnivore is too broad. That player doesn't have a great idea. So we can communicate, but we can't communicate exactly on the associations that we have. In this case, we'll place the pass here and we won't score it. And then we discuss and place the double there. And then we move on to scoring. We will reveal our answers. For example, for number 1, Paris and Baguette, we all have written croissant, so that's a perfect. We score a perfect, which is 2 seashells, that's 2 points. We move on to word number 2, Paris and transport. It's doubled. Everyone wrote subway, so that's a perfect, but that's doubled, so we get a second token. Then for number 3, we have carnivore, lion, and orange. I have tiger, they have tiger, that player has cat. So that's good. We have more than the average, so we get a point. We don't get a perfect, we just get a single point. And we are going to do so for all entries except for the one with pass. So we're going to count up our points, which are the seashells here, and compare that to the table at the back of the rulebook, and it's going to tell us the measure of our success or failure. So that's it for Perfect Words. Perfect Words is a game in which we all try to make up a grid for an hour crossword puzzle game. And we are going to try to solve it by having the same idea as the other players. Now, bye-bye. See you on Ludovox.fr.